To help celebrate the Mets' 50th anniversary, we here at Mets Weekly have been doing our best to honor some past Mets who mean a great deal to not only the Mets organization, but Mets fans as well. And this week, we had the chance to catch up with one of the most beloved players to ever put on a Mets uniform, the one and only Buddy Harrelson.
I have lived in Long Island for 43 years. I bought my first house in East Northport in 1969, which was a good year. I'm in my third house now in Suffolk County, and people say, why did you move to Suffolk County? The Shea Stadium is way in there. And I said, well, I hit 236 lifetime. They said, what does that have to do with it? Well, I said Nassau County, if I hit 250, I would have been in Nassau County. At 300, I'd have been in Greenwich, Connecticut with Seaver, but neither one of those happened.
For over 40 years, Buddy Harrelson has called Long Island home. But for the past 13 years, Central Islip has been his home away from home because that's where the Long Island Ducks, an independent league team that Harrelson currently co-owns, plays their home games.
I say it's the best thing I've ever done in baseball. People go, wow, wait a minute, 2 All-Star games, you've been in 3 World Series. I say it's the best thing I've ever done in baseball because it impacts the community that I live in. We've been the biggest draw in our league since the beginning, since 2000.
During his time with the Ducks, Buddy has served as manager as well as first base coach. But these days, one of the most beloved players in Mets history serves as the team's bench coach, as well as the VP of baseball operations. And according to Harrelson, he wouldn't have it any other way.
I was the manager in 2000. I always said, because I'm an owner, that I fired myself. But I really didn't want to travel. I'm tired of the travel. That's probably the hardest part of all the sports is traveling.
This year, Harrelson has some names with Mets ties on the Ducks roster, starting with his new manager, Kevin Baez.
He's originally from Brooklyn. In '91, I called him up to the big leagues from the minor leagues. So I knew him, and I heard he moved out here, and I asked him if he still would like to play. So I brought him in as my shortstop the first year. He's just progressed. He played for me for 3 or 4 years. And then we made him a coach. Then we decided that he was ready to be a manager. And, he was a manager that won in his first year.
Also in the 2012 Long Island Ducks is a member of the 2000 Mets National League Championship team, outfielder Timo Perez.
He's had some leg problems here. And, we know he's a good hitter. He's tough to strike out. I can't really say if he's still got it or he doesn't have it.
Another familiar name for Mets fans who currently calls Long Island home, former Mets closer Armando Benitez.
That guy's a beast. Benitez is still a big, strong man. He doesn't throw 97. He has to learn how to pitch a little bit. We're working with him. It's not the same guy, but guys that lost some of their stuff came up with something else like a cutter, or sinker. He's never had to pitch that way.
While Harrelson clearly enjoys his time with the Ducks, it's uncertain how much more he's got left to give to the game that has been part of his life for the last 50 years. But one thing is certain, he wouldn't have it any other way.
I'm not tired of it, that's for sure. I'm 68. I turned 68 in June. I love the game. I don't want to leave the game. And someday I'm going to have to.